And thank you for rolling with BJ in the kitchen. Today we're going to do a quick little 10-pound ham. First, before I get started, I want to just thank my sister friend so much for my new apron. She went to Belize and this is what she brought me back. Okay, so now we're getting ready to get started with this ham. It's not going to take long at all. And we're not using any ham glaze. We're going to make our own honey brown sugar honey glaze. Okay, be right back. Okay, all we need is a nice 10-pound ham, 1 cup of honey, a can of chunky pineapples in heavy syrup. That's what I use. 2 cups of brown sugar and a teaspoon of cinnamon. We're going to heat this up in a pan. Before we do that, I washed my ham real good. I got all the salt that I could get out of it. And then I'm just going to make lines in it to cut it up. I wish I could. I'm going to show you. I'll be right back. Okay, so as I was saying, I just cut lines across. Okay. See right there? I just did it all the way across. And now what I'm going to do is pour a little of the pineapple juice in the bottom and put the ham in the oven. Just pour a little pineapple juice on top of it. Put it in the oven for about 30 minutes. This is a pre-cooked ham, by the way. It's a pre-cooked butt-end ham. It's about 10 pounds. So I'm just going to cover it with this lid. And if you're wondering, this is Princess House Fantasia collection. It's not covering it completely but it's good enough for me. So I'm going to just stick it in the oven for about 30 minutes and then we're going to come back and fix the ham glaze. Okay, we got this ham in the oven and I think I want to put it on about 375. And we're going to leave it in here for about 30 minutes. Okay. We're going to let that cook while we do this ham glaze. So I have my pot. I'm going to put the brown sugar, 2 cups of brown sugar. Just pour the rest of the ham, the pineapple juice in there with some of the pineapples. 1 cup of honey. And I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'll be right back. I'm going to scrape all this honey out this measuring cup. Okay, we got all the honey and the pineapple juice and the brown sugar. Now we're doing 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. We're going to put this on a low fire and just let it mix all up. And that way when the ham come out, we're going to glaze it about 3 times. So we're going to glaze it, put it back in for about 10 minutes, take it out, glaze it again. And then in the end, we're going to just pour it all over it and let it marinate in there. And then we're going to slice it up. So let's go to the stove. Okay, cut your fire on medium because you don't want this to cook too fast and you don't want it to burn. So we're just going to let it warm up so all the ingredients can mix together. So you just want to keep stirring this on medium or medium low, either one, depending on your stove. But just make sure you constantly stir until it mixes all together. Now, what you can do is taste it. Let it simmer for about 10 minutes. You don't have to let it boil. Don't let it come to a boil. Just let everything mix together real nice and loosen up a little. And then just taste a little and see if it's how you like it, how sweet you want it. If you want it sweeter, if you want more honey, add a little more honey. Start maybe with like a tablespoon or a teaspoon or something. If you want taste more cinnamon, add more cinnamon, but start small. Or if you want more brown sugar taste, add more brown sugar. But like I said, just start small. If you want to add anything else, start small and work your way up. Okay, I'm gonna continue to let this warm up off camera. And when the 30 minutes is up, we're going to bring that ham out the oven and we're going to baste it with this ham glaze. Be right back. Okay, I tasted mine. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of honey. Like I told you, you always start small. So instead of putting like a half a cup or something like that, I'm going to start with just 2 tablespoons.
No, Mommy. I can't stand with Granny. Move.
I have 2 videos going. Okay, we got you. My grandson is videotaping me too. Not videotaping, video recording, whatever you call it. But anyway, here's my 2 tablespoons of honey added. Now I'm going to continue to stir this and wait. I'm still waiting for my 30 minutes to go by. So I'll be back in 30 minutes. Okay, here's how it looks. I'm going to cut it off and we're just going to wait until it's time for that ham to come out the oven. Let's see how much longer we have. We got about 12 more minutes. So I'll be back in about 12 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes is up and look how much water has cooked out of the ham. So I'm going to just pour all this water off and then I'm going to take the glaze and start glazing it. Okay, so I'll be right back. I got to pour this water off. I'm back. Okay, see the water is gone. I poured it all out. Uh-oh, let me get my... Okay, so now I'm just going to take this one out. Just open up those spaces where I cut open. Okay, and we're just going to start. I think I got this camera close, huh? So we just want to get in those cracks. And just baste it all over. Let the pineapples fall in there. Now, I usually mix this with ham glaze, but the stores is tripping. They didn't have any. We went to 2 stores. But it's quite all right. This is still going to be a good ham. Okay, I'm just gonna put a little more on here off camera, and then we're gonna stick it back in the oven. And this time I'm gonna cover it up for about, I'm gonna leave it in there for about maybe 15 minutes. And then I'm gonna take it out and we're gonna do this again. So I'll be right back, okay? First time 30 minutes, second time 15 minutes after you glaze it. We'll be back. Okay, back in there, covered up. And we're gonna do 15 minutes. Okay, I'll see you in 15 minutes. Okay, our second go round is up. I'm gonna just take the baster. As you can see, it made water again, but not as much. Half of this is from the glaze. So I'm just gonna take my baster and go all through there. And after I do that, I'm going to pour this juice off, and I'm going to glaze it again with what's left in the pot. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this in a jar just in case I need it later. I'm not going to throw it out just yet. Okay, so we just going to baste the ham with this glaze, with the juice that's already in here. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to pour this in a jar so we can baste it again with this glaze. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so I just put the juice over in that bowl right there. And we're going to take this and we're going to continue to pour this over the ham. Now this time I'm gonna put it in there for about 20 minutes without the lid on it. "20 minutes without the lid." Okay, so I'm gonna save the rest of this for when it come out. So we're gonna set this for 20 minutes. And just make sure you get all in those cracks. "20 minutes. And I'll see you in a little while. Ready? Okay, this is the end, you guys.
Turn that eye off.
Okay, our pretty ham. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put the rest of this glaze in here, and when it cool off, I'm gonna slice it up. So I'm gonna slice it in a different pan, and then I'm going to take this juice and pour over it in the pan that I'm going to slice it in. The other juice I'll probably throw out. I'll discard it. But you want to save it just in case something happened until you finish eating. Until you finish cooking your ham. Once you get it finished and you don't need it no more, then you could discard it. Okay, so I'm going to let this ham cool off. And then I'll be back and slice it up for you and show you how it looks. It's so pretty. And remember, this was a butt-in pre-cooked ham. And we cooked it for about an hour and 5 minutes. 30 minutes the first time with no glaze. 15 minutes the second time with glaze. And 20 minutes the last time with glaze. Okay, we'll come back and slice it and give it a name. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's that final look of that ham. I have sliced it up and plated it, and now it is ready to be served. We're gonna name this ham BJ's Handsome Honey Ham. Once again, thanks for rolling with BJ in the kitchen. I hope you enjoyed this video. Try this recipe. I have plenty more ham recipes that we're going to do throughout the year of 2019. Stay tuned. Thank you again. God bless. Have a great evening.